Hello, first graders. We are starting a new unit in art class, and we are going to be learning about a new artist named Salvador Dali. All right, so we're going to learn a little bit about him and his artwork, and we're going to start today by reading a story about the real Salvador Dali from when he was younger. All right, so this is called Dali and the Path of Dreams, and as we read this story, I want you to take a look and see if anything strange or kind of bizarre happens in this story and in the pictures, all right? So keep an eye out for some fun things. All right, so Dali and the Path of Dreams. Once upon a time, there was a little boy whose name was Salvador, though everyone called him Salvi. What Salvi liked most of all was to run barefoot along the beach with his hoop. One afternoon, as he was playing in the waves, Salvi noticed something gleaming under the water. Looking closer, he saw it was a key that the sea had left there. Salvi popped it in his pocket. Notice anything in this picture? Lifting up the water as if it's a blanket. And look at this guy over here. Did he spy him? Let's keep going. Wondering what the key might be for, Salvi hopped up into his long-legged elephant and let his imagination lead the way. What does imagination mean? Do you know? Using your imagination is kind of playing pretend in your mind, coming up with different things that don't need to be in real life, like maybe these long-legged elephants. He soon came across a very strange cook who was tossing clocks as though they were pizzas. Each clock showed only one time and never changed. Suddenly, one of the clocks struck 3, which was exactly the hour for magic. "Hello, cook," said Salvi. "Do you know what this key is for?" "Let's have a look," said the cook. Lots of things happening in this picture, too. Salvi passed him the key. "Aha! This is a magic key. Leave your elephant here and get into this little boat. It knows where to take you." Salvi was curious. He got into the boat and immediately it began to float up into the air. When he was closer to the sky than the ground, Salvi noticed that some of the clouds made funny shapes like objects and animals, and he started to play at guessing what they looked like. You guys ever done that, looking at the clouds? It's a good way to use your imagination. The boat floated up to a very tall tower that had 7 enormous eggs on the roof. Salvi jumped out and ran up the steps that wound around the tower. He came to a very strange doorway. Inside the tower, it was dark and mysterious. Everywhere Salvi looked, there were drawers and doors. He wondered if he could open any of them with the key in his pocket. It didn't seem to fit any of the locks. Salvi decided to try one last drawer. This time, to his amazement, the key fit. Would he find a treasure chest, a secret map? But inside, there was just one black piano key. Salvi popped it in his pocket just as he had done with the key from the sea. Salvi went on exploring the strange tower until he came across a room with a piano standing right in the middle of the floor. Salvi took a closer look and saw that one of the piano keys was missing. Now, a piano key are the white and black parts of the piano that you press down with your fingers. Could it be the one in his pocket? He took it out and put it in place. All of a sudden, the piano started to wiggle and wobble as though it was made of rubber. Its feet left the floor and it flew around the room. It began to play a tune all by itself. The music was very sweet, but also a little scary. Oh, some things are happening. Then, in time to the music, a pawn, a swan, a snail tamer, a flying banana, and all sorts of strange people and objects appeared from the corners of the room. The skipping lady, the fried egg penguins, the unicorn, the breadhead cyclist, the ants, the snowman, and the lady with butterfly wings all set off along a very long path. The path was so long it didn't seem to have any end at all, but at last it came to a point like the end of a long black mustache. The point led to a very special drawer. Each and every one of those most peculiar people settled down to live in that drawer for a very long time. Like every child in the world, Salvi grew up, and then he wasn't known as Salvi anymore, but Salvador Dali. Although he was grown up, he never wanted to forget those dreamy afternoons of his childhood, and he decided to open that special drawer and paint the story of each of the people who lived inside. So today, when we look at the paintings of Salvador Dali, we can all share a part of those wonderful dreams. So, was the special drawer a real drawer, and did the people really live in it? No, right? That was his imagination, and it was in his head. So he remembered all those wonderful things he would dream about as a child, and when he got older and he was making artwork, he would think about those things. He'd go to that special drawer in his head. He would remember all those dreams in his imagination from his childhood, and he would use those ideas to help him come up with his paintings. Using your imagination and being creative is something really good at when you're younger, and it gets harder as you get older. So that's something that Salvador Dali thought about and used when he created his artwork.